Hey guys, Steve here. Welcome back to another SG Creations where I spotlight customs, whether it be an engine, rolling stock, or building. In today's creations we have Ivo Hugh. So, for those of you who don't know who Ivo Hugh is the seventh engine that to be working on the Skarloey Railway, at least on the Railway series. He's called Ivo Hugh, named after Mr. Ivo Hugh, who is a member of the Skarloey Railway fleet. Ivo Hugh is young. He's a very new engine. He's young and also very strong. He appeared in the book The New Little Engine, which the New Little Engine obviously review as Ivo Hugh over here. Nothing much to say about him. It's just that that's just his background character. That's his background. So let's just take the model and let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay. All right. So Ivo Hugh is made out of two elements. He's made out of the first element he's made out of is the Fearless Freddie and a Skarloey. How Ivo Hugh was made was basically here is how I made it. Okay, here's the breakdown. I bought an extra Fearless Freddie. Okay, and what I did here was I literally had to just saw this part from his rear end of his side tank to where the coal bunker is, just saw it, and then just unscrew it, obviously. And then just try to saw like where his little gap is, just to get that, So a lot of people I've seen so far in the years have actually made Ivo Hugh, but only just a repainted version of Freddie. And while I do think that's pretty cool, yet I don't feel that I want to do that, only because that's just a lazy route, okay? Because I just don't want it's like saying you're rescanning another engine in the TV series, okay? Because that's no good. That's no good for me. You feel me? Because that's just feeling a bit kind of lazy, But I don't like that because I like to challenge myself just for a bit, Whether it being when it comes to making customs, because that's just the fun, at least for me, okay? I apologize if I'm babbling a lot, but that's just how I am, okay? So yeah, so what I had to do was actually just think of an element of what I wanted to do, alright? Then I had an extra Skarloey model, a Trackmaster Skarloey model that I had just lying around. I was like, what if I could actually, convert this into Ivo Hugh? I mean, just in terms of just keeping everything but the boiler part. That's the part where I don't need. Everything else I need for Ivo Hugh, okay? And if I can, let me just put in the sideways there. You can actually see the Skarloey parts with that he shares the motor, the chassis, whatever you like to call it, the smoke box, the black part here, and of course the cab. Well, you don't see it, but here's what I had to do. Actually, it's kind of removable. So let me just, I'm just gonna that's a little bit too much brightness, but whatever. There we go. So this is actually what the inside of the Skarloey would look like. Okay. Pretty much the part, this part here, where his dome is. I actually just kept that part, just for Ivo Hugh, just to help it, study it when it placing into Freddie's tanks, boiler and side tanks. Sorry. So yeah, I actually had to modify it heavily, This is actually not the first version Ivo Hugh I made. I mean, if you guys seen oops, sorry, his face fell off. If you guys seen my original SG118 original, the Skarloey Railway, you would see the custom Ivo Hugh, and you would see that Ivo Hugh is looks different compared to this one. That's because I had decided to modify them because there were some things that I didn't like about it, and so I thought, you know what, why not? So yeah. So what I had to do was that I used evergreen plastic sheets. It kind of looks like this. It's like, do you see this glass? I mean, like, this is plastic. Yeah, it's kind of like see-through. That's technically what I used. Okay, so just to, you know, for his sides. The cab here. Well, funny thing. When I had the Freddie, this was actually, I had to use the cab. You know, just to fill it up here. You know, so because of Skarloey, having his cab was up here is more rectangular and very like squashed and flat. If you look back. Oh, by the way, I just gave a number, so yeah, like very flat. It doesn't really, you know, gives that doesn't, you know, help, you know, to give Ivo Hugh's shape is the word. And of course, Ivo Hugh has more of a cab like Freddie here. So I thought, why not just combine, like, you know, just give, you know, since you have that Freddie, why not just, like, you know, saw, you know, the cab here and then just attach it to Skarloey and then bam, you got Ivo Hugh. This was a really, like, you know, a long process to make. But I like doing the long process because at least it's fun for me. I mean, it's just like, you know, killing some time. I mean, back then, I mean, I just wanted to kill some time, and Ivo Hugh was the way. So yeah. So just airbrushed red, you know. He doesn't have his number nor nameplate. That's only because the moment my printer is busted, so. And then I lost the original nameplates that I had for Ivo Hugh, so I'm like, crud. I mean, without it, I mean, I would have, like, you know, at least print out, like, some custom nameplates, but now I don't. That sucks. So when I get the time, I will print them out, okay? Alright. So what more can I say? His, what do you call this? His cylinders are literally just balsa wood. I mean, no, his piston rods. No, those are the piston rods in the cylinder. Guys, help me out here. What are these things called? Like, you know, on the side, like cylinders. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them cylinders. Okay, I don't know. I'm losing my vocabulary. Okay, cylinders are usually just made out of balsa wood. Just glued on the side here, where Skarloey had like these edges. You know, just for the screw. You know, like, you know, you see these screws that Skarloey has. That's basically what I had to do with. That's what I had to, you know, temporarily had to do with Ivo Hugh with his cylinders. Okay, you know, just to support, but also just to support his side rods. The piston. This is what it's called, a piston. His pistons are made of balsa wood. They're also supporting. His pistons are also supporting the his side rods. Okay. Yeah. Brother just painted back here. So yeah, I mean, at the time I just had Skarloey at the time. So yeah. Somebody I've actually requested if I used Sir Handle, you know, just for the cab. I'm like, oh god, that would have been much better, but it's too late. I was like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. His dome, and I'm subliming up here is his, I think, sandbox. I don't know what this extra piece is. He doesn't have this extra piece in the books, but his real life class does. So I was like, you know what? Just give it to him. Why not? It was actually made out of clay and putty, you know, just clay and then just put putty as like a support. All right. His face was, if you guys seen my last video with the RSL engine, you would know that this actually faces actually belong to Jock. So I actually wanted to share, Jock and Ivo Hugh. I want Jock and Ivo Hugh to share the same face, only just to save money. And they have similar faces. If you look at in their illustrations, Jock has more of like this Ivo Hugh face, and Ivo Hugh, and the vice versa. I mean, I would have gone for a wooden relic Ivo Hugh, but then I thought to myself, is it really worth it? You know, to buy an Ivo Hugh and just chop off the face? Is it? To me, I'm like, Nah, just make your own face, okay? Alright. And yeah, you know, I really am proud of how Ivo Hugh came out. I was just working on the blue linings, but I haven't gotten on his sides. It's only because I need to redo the linings. I thought it was supposed to be neato. Fun fact, actually, I've been thinking of repainting Ivo Hugh in a purple color, just to give just to give it more of a TV series look. But then I thought red would just looks good on Ivo Hugh. Plus, his only merchandise is wooden railways, so. And it's red, so I'm like, keep it that way. And don't bother with it. Just keep it that way, you know? Nothing much else to say here. I really am proud of how this came out. I will work on him just a little bit more, just to complete until he's fully complete. He doesn't have a back coupling only because, well, if I just pop it up, yeah, I lost, the tab, just to keep that coupling apart in piece, but I will, I will work on that, okay? Alright, good. But yeah, I think I done a really good job with Ivo Hugh, okay? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Ivo Hugh. I'm just going to move this out of the way. But I usually use the combination of Skarloey and Freddie. It's a very heavy process, but I like doing the heavy process because if I just did a quick and easy one, then I just thought to myself, well, this is technically lazy. Yeah, anyways, here is the Trackmaster Ivo Hugh that I've been working on, and just give you another side view. There it is. I actually am proud of how this model turned out. I really am glad that I've put my time into it and making this model. Okay, so yeah, nothing much else to say about Ivo Hugh except that he's just made, well, then you guys know that it's made from a combination of Skarloey and Freddie, and that there it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed this custom Spotlight review. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think or how I can improve this Ivo Hugh much better. Yeah, this is Steven Garcia 118 signing off. Thank you for watching.